Welcome. I'm just excited about yet another year. You think I'd calm down after year 37 in the business, but I get equally excited every single year. I was upstairs with Coach Casey, and his wife was up there with their three children, and I'm like, it's just really cool that her heart could be so big and equally yoked to love each one of her children. And I always say, like, last year was an amazing year, and I'm like, I don't know if I have any more space in my heart for more players. And in walked the new six kids, and they became my daughters immediately. And so I get it. I get that motherhood and that love for all that comes into your home. They become part of your family, and that's what we're creating right now is another bigger family, I should say. And there's a lot of love in this heart for each one of the young ladies that's on this team.
We will take questions now for Coach Jack, so please raise your hand. Yep, we'll go Brent right first.
Hi, Coach. Brent Dax, Syracuse.com. You said every year you have that equal enthusiasm, but having gone through some health challenges last year,
Yes.
how much does this, starting a new year, maybe give you a new appreciation of it, or maybe open your eyes to some things that maybe you didn't before that?
You know what? It's been the same. It's been the exact same. Yes, I'm blessed, and yes, I'm grateful, and yes, I'm humbled that He chose me to be here, breathing and being a part of this world that we call home. But the love I have for my players is the same as it was last year. Was at Buffalo, was at Hofstra, Indiana, and beyond, and it's spaces for all of them. And I was at practice a couple days ago, and one of our managers came up to me and said, "Hey, you remember Nikki? Nikki that played at Indiana?" I said, "Of course. Nikki's the kid that used to always put a paper plate on her hand here and shoot the ball whenever she missed shots, and that's how she learned how to shoot so effortlessly at Indiana." And she said, "Oh my God, you actually remember her dad taught her that." And so that's a kid I haven't coached in probably 20 years, but you remember something about every single one of them, and this is no different. And yes, I'm happy to be healthy and excited, as you guys can see me running throughout, walking all around the city. And I like to be out with people. I like to touch our community. I like to be able to say hello to people as I'm out there breathing heavily. But it's just really neat to be able to be on my own legs and embracing the ability to walk. But love is the same for each one of these players.
Hi, Coach. Tim Wilcox, Daily Orange. How would you assess the depth of this year's team? You mentioned new players coming in as well as the returning players. How would you assess the depth?
Well, we're still all filtering out roles, and up until this moment, we don't have an idea who we're going to start because everything is so different now. Everything is so new, and our young ladies got. This is like almost like a positionless team. We have our center can be our 4 or our 3. Our 3 can be our 4 or our 2. Our 2 can be our 1, 2, or 3. And we're trying to figure out who plays well together. I'm trying to assess that piece a little bit more. The depth is everyone, all 13 can play and be a reason why success happens for us this year. The ball is going to be pushed more than pounded, a little bit. DeAsia was really kind of ball dominant, and I think that kind of worked for us. This year was going to be a little bit different because it's a different group, and that's what's the beauty of being in sport, and that's why I have a lot of respect for this guy named Jim Boeheim, because every year is something. It's like a brand new same thing, and that's why he lasted 47 years. I don't think I have that kind of endurance, but I get it. I get it. At year 37, I'm still in wonderment and excitement, and I just see these young people who have dreams, and they really are trying to have these dreams manifest in front of us. And we as a coaching staff got to figure out what works well together and how it works well together and put piece by piece together, and hopefully we'll figure out by March.
Jared Costa, Citrus TV. Angelica Velez is the only non-returner to be named the captain. What sort of went into that decision?
Our players and our coaches, we come together and we all have a selection of 3 people that they think can lead our team by what they've done in the period that they've been here since June. And she kind of came to the top with the other 3 as one of the 4 people that we believe can lead us in the captain's role. Ability to speak up, the ability to take more responsibility than herself, and ability to ask the hard questions, the ability to grab somebody and give them a hug or jack them up, that type of thing. And her and Sophie, Georgia, and Kyra have been selected by the entire team, and I think that we made a great selection.
Hey Coach, my question is, you mentioned the departure of Deja Bear. How have you kind of seen the returners from last year, maybe change this team a little bit, and what would you say the identity of this team is after departure?
Our culture is still the same. We still are a player-led team, and we're still going to play defense and be led by our defensive side of the ball. But, we have some amazing players that stood beside Deja that really helped Deja become one of the best players in the country, in my opinion. And majority of them are still here. Kyra Woods, Izza, Vera Zhao, and this lady girl named, I don't know if you might know, Georgia Woolley. Oh, she back, and she's coming. And Sophie Burrows and a few others. And one young lady that didn't get a chance to play with Deja, who was really great and pivotal in our success at Buffalo, is here with us now, Dominique Camp, and she's healthy now, and she's going to be a viable option for us. Certainly going to miss 23 points a night from Deja. But we're going to just share the ball a little bit more, and hopefully on any given night somebody can go for 40.
Hi Coach, Samantha Carlson, CNY Central. You mentioned that in Silva right now, you're not sure exactly who's going to be starting. How does that change the dynamic of practice? Do you feel people are competing at a harder level to earn those spots?
Absolutely. I come earlier. I try to get to here earlier every day. And, we practice at, we have to be on the court by 7:45, ready to go in the morning. And I get here at 7:15, and I see a different young lady come in and get shots up that early. And a couple mornings I come in at 7 o'clock, and players are already here getting shots up. So, and they're coming to here with different players. And that's the neat thing of this year. You always kind of saw people with the same people last year. And this year we finding our players are, hey, whoever got a car and leaving UV, pick me up and I'm coming with you. And you find a lot more of that kind of things happening right now. So I think they believe that whatever role they're going to play is going to be beneficial in our success. I think this is a team that really don't care who gets the credit as long as we get the results that we're looking for. And we're understanding that we're going to win and learn. And no matter what the score says, we're never going to lose. And they bought into the culture we're creating here. And I think that if we can keep that, that locker room tight and really, have days when you're human, I want more out of this, and she doesn't see me, all that things are going to come into our minds. If we can keep that in the locker room and continue to emerge as a team that I believe that we can be, I think it's going to be a fantastic year. So, yes, they're all showing something that, Coach, you got to see me. If you don't see me, I'm going to put some bells on my shoes. So I'm excited about the energy that we're creating, the synergy that's emerging, but yet we have a long way to go.
Nicholas Alumcall, Daily Orange. You mentioned that ACC tip-off, the theme of the season is to elevate.
Absolutely.
How did you arrive on that theme, and how does that appear on a daily basis for your team?
Every year we talk about what is going to be the theme of our year and what are we trying to do. And, we certainly had a great year last year. They thought of us as number 9. We've tied at number 2 in the conference, the number one conference in the entire country. That says a lot about where we were, and sometimes you can get a little bit cocky, like, oh, that's pretty fun. How good are we? And Coach KC, my assistant coach, said, is that all we're looking for, or do we want to elevate? And he just kind of threw that out there, and that word just kind of stuck in my heart. I'm like, elevation is absolutely what we always want to do. You're never going to stay the same. You're going to either get better or you're going to get worse. And so we thought that elevate, and everyone let it kind of sit on their spirit, and the staff all agree that that's the word we're going to use. And it's such a universal word. Like every time I was over in France visiting my son, gave a lady the bracelet that kind of checked me in the hotel, and I just said, this is our team, and I know our language barrier is a little bit different. And she put the bracelet on, and she had a little motion in her eyes, and she said, I was having a bad day, and you just made me believe that it could be a better day by you giving me this word, elevate. And so it can help our team, and I hope that it can touch other people. Everybody has a right to become better. If you're doing the same thing and you're getting the same results, in your mind, you're failing. But if you believe that there's a possibility of a 1% better, then I just think that the day and the people in the world can be a better place. And so it becomes a more of a global word than a word that's going to help our program. I hope it kind of resonates in the spirit of this community.
Coach, I want to circle back to Dominique a little bit. What was her journey like in recovering from that injury last year? And how healthy is she and ready to go and contribute this year?
Dom's journey is a book. Let's take it from where I was trying to recruit her as a junior college kid. And she was a pretty special student athlete, but I didn't pick her. And she ended up going to Troy. And you can have a feeling about yourself, like, coach, you didn't see me, screw you, basically. And then she was at Troy, it didn't work out at Troy. And before she even left the compliance office to get cleared, she called me and said, Coach, you're my coach. I want to come play for you. I'm like, where are you, And she's at Troy, and she wanted to come play for us at Buffalo. So she comes to Buffalo, and we go out and we have good success at Buffalo. And then I get the job here, and now Dom has to find another place to go. And she ends up going to Akron and help Akron to go to another level. And she called me in the middle of February, just heartbroken. The coach that she picked to play for at Akron was released from her opportunity as the head coach. And she said, Coach, what is this all about? I said, I don't know what it's all about, but I just know I believe in God, and I believe that your story is going to be told on a stage that I'm not even sure where that's going to be. By that time, we had no idea that, what was going to go on with Syracuse or if she can come here. And now she comes to Syracuse, we bring her here, and the first exhibition game, she blows her knee out. So I believe that God has a real profound story for this young lady, and I know that she's my daughter. I know that she's supposed to play for me, and I pray that He gives her opportunity to show who she is on this court. I tell you, what she brings to our team is the fight that we deserve to have. When you put on a Syracuse uniform and you represent the best city in the entire country, in the Mecca of the world, which I call the state of New York, and she understands the assignment. And she's an amazing passer, can hit the open shot, and if there is a fight going to break out, she's going to be in the middle of it, because she's gonna make certain that we have a chance to win. And I'll pick Dom in the fight any day.
Hi, Coach. Noah Nussbaum from Daily Orange. You mentioned Isabel Verajao earlier. Obviously, last year she was out for a little bit with concussion and illness. But what do you see her goal being this year?
Isabel Verajao is a pro, and we're very blessed to have her on our team. And it's kind of profound how we got her. She was at Michigan, didn't work out, went home for a little bit, didn't want to play basketball, and then she just got the itch to play again, and decided that Syracuse was going to be a place that she comes and play. And she only thought she was going to play for 1 year, and life happens where she falls in love with her coach, and she thinks I'm the best person in the world, and no, it wasn't that much, but we ended up having a good relationship. I saw her for what she was going to become, and she saw me as a person that can help get her there. And when I tell you, if you ever saw her uncle play, Anderson Verajao, she has the same kind of isms as he does. Strong at points, finesse at other times, can hit the open three. And what she's doing now, more than she's ever done, I think in her career, she's leading. She's leading with her voice. She's helping the young players get better, and she's asking the tough questions like a coach on the court. I think she's probably like 2 days younger than me, so she's old enough to be my equal, so I listen to her more than anybody. But I think what you're going to find in this young lady this year is what she was trying to emerge and become last year. God wasn't ready for her to show it all last year, but I think that if we keep her healthy, I think that you're going to realize that I'm not just throwing words out to say, oh, it sounded good for a press conference. I've been around this game for 37 years as a coach. She's a pro, and we're very, very lucky to have her.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about that piece. I don't know how it helps me in those categories. I think it's important. It's my community. It's a city that I loved since I could breathe in my mind. I loved it. I loved the city since I can walk around Oakwood Ave and go to Dr. King Elementary School. I loved it from Levy Middle School. I loved it from Nottingham High School. I loved it through my brother's eyes at Henniger. I loved it through my cousin's eyes at Corcoran. I loved it from my sister's eyes from the middle schools on the north side. And so everything about this city is personal. And I think that, when I go out there and wherever I'm out at the grocery store, wherever out in the community, people feel very comfortable coming up and asking me a question, talking to me and say, you remember me when you were 6 years old? I'm like, no, you do remember me because I live right there. Okay, I remember you, So I have many conversations like that, and it's something I've been waiting for a very long time. It took me 22 years to get back home to hear those stories, to hear the community share with me about my aunts and my cousins and my mom and things of that nature. And so that's what it is for me. How does it resonate through game preparation or things of that nature? I think our attendance has risen 267% because my family's a big family. And they all are starting to come, and it's going to get better because if my family don't come to the game, I'm going to tell mom. And that's the way we used to say things back in the day, and they kind of laugh and chuckle. But I think this community realized that there's no agenda for me in this community. There's no if I go out to the store and say we're Syracuse and we are glad to be a part of this community. I don't need to do that. I'm one of them. I'm real. They know it's coming from a good place, and if they're going to support, they're going to support. If they're not going to support, they're going to call me and say I can't come to the game. That's the kind of relationship I've been looking for a very long time. And from the leading part, I was here as an assistant for 7 years, and it was really awesome then. But now, as a head coach, I see sold out crowds. I see sold out crowds in the Dome for women's basketball because this community is not going to let me down.
Coach, you had a lot of success last year with the team last year. What do you kind of hope your wins and losses aside, this team, proves to you or grows this season?
That they can elevate. They can elevate as individuals, as a team, and the belief in themselves. My hope is that they can elevate in front of that mirror. That's the most profound thing, and that's the most important thing for me. Everybody wants to win. Like you said, wins, losses aside, right? Because if we're going up the stairs and we're trying to win, I'm going to trip you because I'm going to win, right? I'm a competitor, and if I'm going to compete, they're going to keep the score. We're going to win, and they're going to always understand that. But more important than that is I want them to understand they can win in life by believing in themselves, by knowing that they're enough. And the fight is never going to be about the opponent or the person that they're working against with. It's with you in the mirror. Let's be the best version of yourself. And if you can do that, you can have a happy life, you can have a great life, and you can be really comfortable going home at night, understanding there's nothing left for you to do other than love your family and hope that he wakes you up tomorrow and you get out there and do this thing called life again. And so that's the conversations our players have. What we have with our players all the time. This is a microcosm of life, how you come to practice, how your socks are pulled up, how you take care of your locker, how you get dressed and put on your uniform, and how that pride you have in that uniform is part of life. If you're going to be sloppy and get out there and kind of halfway cut through plays and get through and only work when somebody's watching you, that's your life, man, for the next 70 plus years. So treat yourself as this opportunity to be on this women's basketball program is your story in 70 years, and what your family is going to look back and say, well, you know what? That was my mom back then, and this is her now, and that's why she's the way she is. And so we talk crazy like that all the time with our team, and I think they believe it sometimes. And the more we talk about it and the way they give it back to me, it helps me to continue to hopefully be a better person and a better coach myself.
Just a couple more questions for Coach. We're going to go Timmy and then Samantha and then back. Yep, 3 more.
And during non-conference play, what are some of the challenges and opportunities in front of your program?
A scrimmage with Sienna is a challenge. Damon exhibition is a challenge. Niagara. Every single time we get on the court is a challenge in non-conference, and any time you get an opportunity to play this game that we all love. And you know, as a coach, and I'm a mom as well. I only got one child, but these are all my kids, and the worst thing in my heart is to know that somebody may not get an opportunity to show who they are through their dream of being a great basketball player. And that's what I go home with every night. Some coaches like to win, and they win, and they go, 6 kids play, and you got 15 people on your roster, and they're cool with that. That's never cool for me. And then I'm a tough coach, and it may seem like I don't care at times, but that's what I take home every night. How do I get 7 through 13 feeling so good about themselves that they believe that because they were on this team, that we had success, and we did this together? That's the fight every single day. So it's never about, non-conference or conference. It's about when that ball goes up in the air, I understand why these 13 players came to play for us, and I want to give them that. But I know I can't, because I know that it's going to take a certain group to go out there and help us have that success called more points than the opponent. And that bothers me as a coach sometimes.
This is a little bit off topic, but you talked about, this community in particular, Syracuse, how much that means to you having grown up here. The New York Liberty just winning their first title, Brianna Stewart, essentially your native, being a part of that. I'm just curious, is that something that you guys discussed as a team or talk about?
Oh, man, yes. Brianna Stewart forgot to sign her Olympic balls. And the USA called me and said, hey, can we just send the balls over to you and have her come to your place and sign them? It was 100. 100 balls. And Brianna, she loved this place. She actually wanted to come play here, she said. And she's one of us. And if one of us have success, wherever you are in this world, we all celebrate with you and with her. And now she's brought the first championship in 30 years of the WNBA existence. And it took somebody from Syracuse to go and make it happen. Oh, that says a lot about who we are as Syracusans, right? And the Cuse is in the house. And I believe that our players understand the assignment and see that anything's possible. And through her and through all the other people that had helped with that success. And so, yeah, we definitely are excited about what can possibly happen for women when other people believe in women. So we have this thing we say, we elevate women. And it just took somebody to say, I see you, we see you. Attendance was, 2,000 to 12,000. The amount of money that they brought in was $2 million to $22 million. Oh, what happens if everyone decide that women's basketball matters in this community? With this crazy lady at the helm saying, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And we all get behind it. How good can we be? We're going to keep putting our head down, tend to our own sheep, and we're going to keep making you guys proud. But what happens if this great community start loving this program as I love it? I can't wait for that day. It's coming. It's just not here yet.
We're going to go last question in the back. Yep.
Hi, Coach Jeremy calling in News House. Just overall, what are you most excited about for this new season within the offense?
Say where you from again?
News House.
News House. And how excited I am about, I'm sorry.
The new season within the offense.
I'm always excited. I'm trying to calm down now. I'm trying to I wore my fall cap and say, just act educated. School in the world when it comes to this, but I'm ready to just jump out my skin. I'm so excited about the new year. I'm so excited how much we can go out and play against somebody else tomorrow in this close scrimmage. I'm so excited about the opportunity that Chancellor Severard and Mr. Wildhack has given me to be in my dream, to be like the kid. Like some people have to grow up really fast, right? And be mature at 22 years old because they got this job and they got to go 9 to 5. And I get to coach basketball here at Syracuse University. Are you kidding me? I'm ready to jump out of my skin. I think the team is ready to have me get quiet so they can play against other people because I'm just giving them too much of my energy, I guess. I don't know. I yell too much. And one thing I don't do is swear anymore. They told me that. Okay, not as much. But I love this game. I love what it brings out of me. It gives me the opportunity to be that person I am. It's mostly kid. It's mostly fun. And I help young people kind of find their dreams, reach their dreams, and surpass their dreams. and it begins again, and I get to be a part of it. I'm blessed.
Thank you very much, Coach Jack.
Go Orange.